Our next speaker, Steve, who I met yesterday, is the Head of Engagement of Direct Access, and he's going to come and talk to us about mapping the customer journey. Clicker there. You've got a monitor and a time.
Good morning, everyone. I have hearing impairment. Sometimes I can't hear myself talk. So if I talk too quietly, please raise your hand and I will speak up. But hopefully you'll be able to hear me. So we've heard today and yesterday some interesting speakers talking about accessibility and tourism. I'm hoping to go into a bit of detail about how we can actually address that, therefore mapping the customer journey. Direct Access was established in the UK in 2004 and we've been in the UAE since 2017. In fact, my director came to this very event 2 years ago and this is how we started working in this region. Our biggest client in the UAE is Expo 2020 and we work with other tourism organisations, Hilton Hotel, College Shows Restaurants, Nando, across the wide range of sectors. The most accessible venue in the world is no good if people can't get there. Understanding the entire customer journey is the key to creating an inclusive experience. So who benefits from accessibility? It's not just wheelchair needed, people with visual impairment, deaf people or intellectual. Accessibility will also include families, elderly, people with temporary injuries, and expectant mothers, or people who may be exhausted. Therefore, if we can make sure that we are accessible for the people in this room, we make a venue accessible for a much wider range. So, we need to map out the customer journey. The journey will start from home to the site and back. What you will see on the screen, I apologise, it's quite small. This is one that I did for Expo 2020 at the beginning of this year. So in the top far left is someone at home that said, I want to go to Expo. So they need to find out some information. So they will go online and then so what ticket do I need? Is there one for people determination or do I need a normal ticket? What about family members? What about other people coming with me? So how do I get from home to the airport? What kind of carrier do I go with? When I get to the airport, assessing the visa, immigration, customs, and then transportation from the airport on the second line. Accommodation, is it accessible? And then arriving at Expo, having a look around Expo, assessing food on the bottom line. Are there washroom facilities available? Then reversed order, transport back to the hotel or accommodation, transport back to the airport, home again, and then social media. Most of us are on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. So if we have a negative experience, that will go on social media. So the idea of this map is that it's usually one for your organisation. You can get to understand all the key points where people might interact with your organisation. So it's not just when they turn up on your doorstep. It's when they are at home thinking, I really want to go here. But if people don't know how accessible you are, then once you've done that, you can then go into more detail. So here I've actually split it into 4 columns. People with reduced mobility, cognitive disability, hearing impairment and visual impairment. They're going into more detail. So I'll go through some examples. What you can see on the screen is a website from Disneyland Paris, which is, I think, one of the the best example of an accessible website. They provide detailed maps of the accessibility features of the venue and what they offer for different disabilities. They, I can't scroll down on here, but on the bottom you can see you have hearing impairment. They talk about what they have in terms of hearing enhancement system, sign language interpretation, and so on. Then when someone's looked at the website that, yes, I want to come, how do they get here? And it's actually one of my favourite airlines because the entertainment system had captions, though not every airline is as forward-thinking as them. So will people be able to access the airline? Will they take perhaps a guide dog? That are factors that you need to consider. Then how do people move around from the airport to your venue? In Dubai, there's actually only 11 accessible taxis. So you can imagine with Dubai planning on 25 million visitors a year, but only 11 accessible taxis, there's not a lot to go around. So we need to think about how can we improve the number of taxis. Therefore, all organisations need to work with the Road and Transport Authority and other relevant government departments to understand how working together we can increase capacity. How can people move around? It's not just in Burshad. These two photographs are the brilliant example that I've taken from Tokyo in Japan. On the right-hand side, the tactile pavement, which most of you will probably be aware of. But on the left is something that was new for me. This is a metro station, or a train station in Japan. Each of the staircases have a braille on the handrail. That is really, really good because what often happens is that the platform will be accessible, but the concourse, people don't know which platform they're going to. And this is one way that Japan have overcome that. So accommodation, it's not just about making sure that the room is accessible, but can people access the feature, swimming pool, the dining room, all of those need to be thought about. In UAE, there's a requirement for hotels to have at least 10% of rooms which are accessible. Of those, half need to have a shower that you can just roll in, and half need a bath that you can get in and out of. So dining, can people access the dining experience? Some of you might have had the really nice lunch yesterday, which had name tags so you knew what you were getting, but if someone with a visual impairment, they wouldn't know what they did. So that needs to be part of your journey map. How do you make sure that your dining experience is accessible? And then when people visit the area, what opportunities are there that are accessible? The big thing on the left is the Dubai frame. If you are here in Dubai for the first time, I do recommend that. It is accessible and the views are amazing. But apart from that, this is an example of the sort of thing that you need to think about. People come here, but how will they get from your hotel to the venue and back again? So when you've done the maps, you will understand all the key points that people have to go through, from thinking about getting here, how they get here, getting around. But what happens if it goes wrong? These are some examples. The first one on the left is actually a changing places facility at Manchester Airport. This is a brand new state-of-the-art toilet facility with a whole changing board the lot. The first week of operation, no one could find the key. It was quite an embarrassing situation. The newspaper article is from the Sydney Olympics, where the website wasn't accessible and a lot of the venue was not accessible, which led to court cases and legislation which was taken against the Olympics there. Then Turkey is illustrated by a customer point which is inaccessible, which goes back to the beginning. When you map out your customer journey, it's not just about the accommodation and the transport, it's some of the smaller details. How do people get the cash that they might need to pay for dinner or to pay for transport? When you understand the journey that people take, you create a seamless, accessible journey that enhances visitor experience. As the speaker before me, that the accessible tourism market includes 1.3 billion people worldwide. When you consider friends and families, that increase to a market of 2.2 billion. That's a powerful number. If we together in this room can get that message out, people will start taking notice and thinking about how they can make the change. Accessible environments are shared on social media, therefore increasing the number of visitors. So that was a very quick run through of the map. This is my LinkedIn details. Please do feel free, if you're on LinkedIn, to connect with me because I tend to post a lot of information online. Thank you very much.